Hey, what's going on YouTube? This is Jim Afanis, aka Viper Magic, and today I want to talk to you guys about this game right here, Batman Arkham Knight. Now, this is the steelbook that came with the PlayStation 4. If you guys missed the video I did a few days ago with my wife, I actually unboxed it and got a chance to show you guys the content and discovered that the statue actually does light up, which is actually kind of funny. But anyways, if you're interested, go check that out on my unboxing sub-channel, I guess, or the playlist, rather. Anyways, I didn't want to talk about that today. What I wanted to talk about today was the actual gameplay. And I've gotten to play it about 12 or 13 hours now. And I have to say, it is a ton of fun. You know, I was very concerned when they kind of shoved the Batmobile down my throat. And I gotta admit, it's actually a lot of fun. The puzzles that you solve with it, particularly when you have to remote control, you know, like dial into it and use it remote control, or how you have to use the winch to pull things and then like have Batman walk in and then lower the winch down or that sort of thing. That's actually pretty cool. The combat does seem a little off for what Batman is. I know they tried to, you know, play it into the story that, you know, your Batmobile is electrified and you could run over people and they would just get electrocuted and fall out of the way, but that's a little corny. It is fun to do takedowns near the Batmobile, like if you uppercut somebody and then the Batmobile shoots them, or like different kind of action events with that. That is actually really, really cool. The drone hunting with the missiles where you have to go into battle mode and kind of strafe around, that's a miss though. I'm not a big fan of that. It doesn't really seem like it Batman-esque. I never thought of Batman in these huge wars with other people like that. But using the winch, maybe if missiles were used more for puzzles. I know they're used occasionally. We have to shoot through a wall to expose another part or to blow up a beam or something to ride your car up it. That's kind of neat, but the actual vehicular combat of Batman fighting armored tank drones is a little far-fetched, so I'm not really sure what they're going for in that. Like I said, if the Batmobile had been used in a more limited capacity, I think it would have been a lot more fun in terms of that. But overall, I am really enjoying it. And especially when you're flying and or gliding and you can call it to a location and then fly down into it like seamlessly and just take off and speed off into the night, that's really cool. So enjoying that aspect of it. The story is really good. There's a really good twist early on in the game, which no spoilers here. I don't know how it's going to play out because I haven't beaten it yet, but I am really enjoying the pacing of the story. You're very early on kind of free to go explore the city, although there are some, obviously some side quests and elements that slowly unlock. So unlike another game, say Assassin's Creed Black Flag, I mentioned this in a video I did a long, long time ago. I went off and did everything I could possibly do before I started playing the game. So I was high level. I explored all the maps, gotten all the secret treasures, got a lot of, you know, that kind of stuff. Batman treats it a little different. You are allowed to go in the city pretty much immediately and walk around and fly around and just fight random baddies. But it's not until you meet the Riddler that certain things unlock. And it's not until you do certain missions do other elements unlock. So they kind of give it to you in small bite-sized chunks, which I can't really complain about because that's the pacing they wanted to do in the game. But I'm one of those guys who likes to go off and just be like OP as hell and just get all the side quests, max out my character, and then play the story at the end. I know I'm weird. I'm one of the minorities that do that. And I don't even claim to say that that's a you know, a negative on the game. It's just my particular play style. But the pacing is a lot of fun. The graphics are amazing. Boy, that city sure rains a lot, doesn't it? My God. Batman's got to be soaked. A lot of rain effects are really, really good. And some of just the water, the reflections of the water, the draw distance is amazing. And on the PlayStation 4, other than the initial loading screen, there's no loading in the game. It's all seamless. Especially now that you get to actually go inside some buildings, which is a really cool feature. Not every building, obviously. That would be really cool if you could. But walking around the police station is a lot of fun, and some other locations. I don't want to give too much away, but it's really cool that there is more of a... you see things out more. Rather than in the old Batman game, in Arkham Knight, it was you'd go to a building, a cut screen would load, and then suddenly you'd be in the building in like an instanced area fighting. This is more kind of seamless. You can walk in and out of buildings. When you're given quests, they may seem kind of like menial in the sense that, oh, I got to go talk to this guy in this location. And it's not a cutscene. You actually have to get in your car, drive to the location, and talk to the guy. And it's a different way of telling a story than I think we're used to in terms of video games where everything's just like Call of Duty-esque. Just drop me in the action, I'm going to blow things up. Quick cutscene, drop me in the action, I'm going to blow things up. This you actually pace through the game, and you see Batman at his highs and his lows, and his interactions with the other people in the Team Batman, whatever they're called, the Batman Incorporated or whatever. I'm probably butchering that, but all the other Batman players, and I don't, again, no spoilers, but that's really cool. I like that kind of stuff, and I think that makes it a more whole experience in terms of you really get to live the life of Batman, and you get to see everything he sees, and I enjoy that a lot. I mean, he's very busy for one night, but that's okay. He's a busy man. I guess he sleeps during the day or something, but if you're a billionaire, I guess, you know, you don't have to worry about that sort of thing, so... The combat's really, really good. It's that traditional rock-steady, snap around, just punch like a bat out of hell. Literally. Well, not literally out of hell, but punch like a bat. How about that? That's a lot of fun to just fly around and just punch people. They've added a lot of new perks. The perks are almost overwhelming in terms of the upgrades you get, but the combat upgrades and how you can use enemy weapons against them and catch things, and some of the quick combinations you can pull off during a battle. And some of the battles are pretty intense. A lot of them are the stealth, the predator tree. It still kind of exists in the game, although there's really no penalty for just being a crazy man and just flailing around like a monkey. And of course, if you're out in the open and things get too hairy, you just call the Batmobile and just mow them down. I mean, really? So, hey, you're Batman. You're not going to lose, right? That's a lot of fun too, and there's a lot of depth in how you customize your character. Of course, I'm going to be that guy who probably platinums this game. I'm really enjoying it, so I don't see why I wouldn't go through and get all the different collectibles and all the pieces and slowly upgrade, because I want to see all the cool things it could do. I've spent most of my time on the passive skills right now, so I take less physical damage, I take less bullet damage. I haven't upgraded too many other things yet, but that's just kind of the play style that I have. Although some of the gadgets that you get and how you pull them off in combinations is really, really good. All in all, this is definitely a fitting conclusion, it feels like, to the game, at least this trilogy of Rocksteady. And I say trilogy because I don't consider Arkham Origins. Obviously, it wasn't made by Rocksteady, but to kind of the story arc from the Arkham Asylum to Arkham City, now to Arkham Knight. It feels like it feels like they've taken everything that they've learned from old games and they've captured it in here, and they've expanded. They went a little, maybe a little overboard with the Batmobile in some places, but just being able to have the Batmobile in your arsenal and utilizing it in some puzzles, it's pretty cool. So I think I'll be getting the Season Pass for this one. I haven't decided yet. Still got plenty of in-game content. I don't feel like there's any shortage at all of things to do, see, explore, side things. There's a lot of Easter eggs in there that probably go most over my head, but a few of them I picked up. I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. It's like a little nod to something else that's going on in the greater DC world. So keep an eye out for those, and I'm sure the hardcore fans probably notice way more than I do. So the only thing I want to mention is I feel really bad for the PC users who are having an issue with this game. That's really messed up what's going on with that. And first ever time that Steam is actually, I shouldn't say first ever, but in recent memory that Steam's offered refunds for something. That's pretty impressive on Steam's part. I feel bad again, though, for people who have the PC version, because that's just not right. The PlayStation version is kind of being touted right now as the definitive edition. I've seen screenshots comparing the Xbox One to the PlayStation 4, and they look pretty similar to me. I know Sony actually shored up a lot of exclusive content, the Scarecrow missions. I was lucky enough to attend the PlayStation E3 experience, and I just got an email today for one of the new Batman skins, one of the free. You may be able to buy these too. I don't know. I just got it. It is the Batman Earth to Dark Knight costume. So it's just yet another skin to go with all the other skins that I have. But I like the variety, and it's cool that they're giving that stuff out. That's why I think PlayStation's more the definitive edition, because it seems like they have a little more goodies than everybody else. But there's no excuse why a PC should not look 1,000 times better than what I'm currently playing on the PlayStation 4, because obviously a high-end PC blows the specs of the PS4 out of the water. So I hope they fix that soon for people who are invested solely in PC gaming, because it is a masterpiece, but it was handled very poorly. So I could see that leaving a bad taste in a lot of people's mouths, and especially as we enter the last part of the year and some of the major titles are be coming out soon. I think people may just have gotten burned out and passed on this, and that's unfortunate because it is an amazing game. So if you're one of those people on the fence about, whether the PC version or not is coming out, if they're going to fix it, I'm sure they're going to fix it in some capacity, but to how much, we just don't know yet. So anyways, I give this game an amazing score of a blank out of blank because I don't give ratings, but I'll tell you, you need to play this game, especially if you're on the console. It's a lot of fun. I'll probably be doing another video in the near future talking about some of the other mechanics in the game that I picked up on, but as a high-level overview, my fan service to the guys at Rocksteady, you did an amazing job on the consoles. You need to get your subcontractor in line and fix the PC version, but for everybody on the console, we are definitely very happy with the product that you've given us, and I'm actually going to go play some more right now. So, as always, please do me a favor. Comment, rate, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think about Batman Arkham Knight. Is it everything you wanted it to be, or does it suck? You know my opinion. I want to hear yours. As always, thanks for watching, and until next time, I will see you guys on the other side.